yeah. Shook my life on, yeah. I was ready, they didn't have my back. They were petty, I stayed in my back. On that 50, I brought it right back.
Hey man, it's your boy Christian back with another lit video. Hey man, you know what I'm saying, bro? We finna tee up, bro. You know what I'm saying? We finna do a world star question. Are you smarter than fifth grader part 3? You feel me? We at Kennesaw Mountain, my old school. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, school.
But yeah, we finna tee up. We finna ask them some, you know what I'm saying, 3 questions. And if they get them right, they get them right. You know what I'm saying? You already know the rules, man. Yeah. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And hey, man, let go. I get it. Alright, so I'm here with Mark. Alright, so look, I got 3 questions for you. You know what I'm saying? Are you smarter than 5th grade? So if you get these wrong, you're gonna be stupid. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So we finna go for the first question. You feel me? Let me go to it. Alright. Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know.
You don't know? Dumbass motherfucker.
No, I don't know.
Alright.
If the vice president dies, the president's still the president though. If the vice president
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Alright, you got it right. Alright, so look. If you were born 5 years ago, how old would you be? 16. You would be 16? If you was born 5 years ago?
I was born 5 years ago.
Wait. If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
Oh, 5 years old. Yeah, right? I was born 5 years ago.
Yes. Alright. If a plane crashes on the border of U.S. and Mexico, where do they bury the survivors?
They're survivors, they're not dead.
Alright, cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I gave you the chance on the first 2, so I'm gonna give that to you. You straight. Yeah, you smart. Yeah. Alright.
That's not my name.
Alright, so I'm here with, again. We all know who this is. But anyways. Alright, so look. Who will become the vice president? Who will become the president if the vice president dies? I'll repeat it. Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
Secretary.
No.
Second vice president.
No.
The House of Representatives.
No. Nah, we just gonna move on.
Okay.
Alright. If you were born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
12.
If you were born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
I'm 17. So minus 5 is 12.
If you was born 5 years ago,
I'll be 5.
Yes. Alright, so look. If a plane crashes on the border of the U.S. and Mexico, where would they bury the survivors?
Say that again.
If a plane crashes on the border of the U.S. and Mexico, where would they bury the survivors?
You want to bury them.
Huh?
You want to bury them.
Why?
The plane killed them. They dead. You want to find them.
Nah.
In the ocean.
Nah. They're survivors. You can't bury a survivor.
Shut the hell up.
Alright, so I'm here with
Zakari.
Alright, so you know what I'm saying? I'm asking you world star questions. So like, I'm gonna give you 3 questions, you feel me? And so like, if you fail,
That's a thing.
but alright, so look. First question. Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
You said the vice president?
Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
Nigga, the president will still be president.
Alright. 1 for 1. Alright. If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
5 years ago.
If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
14.
Nah.
No, not 14.
Nah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's 5. You was born 5 years ago. You'll be 5.
I'll get it
All right. If a plane crashes between Mexico and the United States, where do you bury the survivors?
They survive, so you don't bury them.
Cool. All right. Two out of three. 2 out of 3. I bet. You smarter than 5th grader. All right. So I'm here with.
Michaela.
Kiara.
Ariel.
All right. So look. Know what I'm saying? I'm finna ask y'all some world star questions. So like, if you don't get this right, you're not smarter than a 5th grader. So you might have to go. You might have to. Yeah. All right. So look. All right. First question. Who will become president if the vice president dies?
Nobody, because the vice president is the backup president, right?
Is that your final answer? Hold on,
I'm gonna agree with her. Cause
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, that's all right. All right, look, boom. All right, if you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
5 years ago?
I'll be 10.
Period. 10.
10?
Yes.
You sure?
If he was born 5 years ago,
I'll be 10.
you subtract.
You sure you want to go with that answer?
Yes.
If you was born 5 years ago,
I'll be 5. Wait. I'll be 5.
but you changed your answer, so I was like, yeah, it's 5. It's 5, but I'm gonna give y'all the wrong on that. She got it right. Nah, she said 5 at first. Now I'm not even gonna cap. All right, so look. Third question. If a plane was to crash between Mexico and the United States, where would you bury the survivors?
You don't bury them. I heard that one. Because they're survivors. Yeah, I heard that. They're survivors.
Right. That you kind of gave the answer out.
What you mean? I mean, that confuses people.
You said
knows that
everyone knows
one.
they're survivors.
Hey, some people just got that wrong. I'm not even gonna cap. Shit.
So am I smarter than a 5th grader?
Did y'all? Yeah. Y'all got 2 out of 3. Y'all got 2 out of 3. Yeah. All right, so I'm here with.
Mariah. Jasmine.
All right, so look, I'm finna ask y'all some world star questions. It's 3. You know what I'm saying? These is like if you don't get these wrong, you're not smarter than a 5th grader type. You know what I'm saying? So you gon' Oh, I said wrong. Anyways, no, it's straight. But we finna start with a question. So look, who will become the president if the vice president dies?
The president is already the president. Yeah. Like, he's not the president, so the vice president.
All right, cool. If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
5 years old. So dumb. 5 years ago. That means you're 5 years old. You're so dumb.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's your answer.
9.
You said
9?
No.
You were born 5 years ago. So that means you're 5 years old because you've been alive 5 years, right? Wait, no, it's 4. Wait.
Nigga, what?
Wait, because it has to be a whole year. Wait, no, it's 5. It's 5.
It's 5.
Yeah, okay.
If a plane crashes between the United States and Mexico, where do you bury the survivors?
You don't bury
Where would we
survivors.
bury?
They're alive.
Are you sure?
That's smart.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But like, what if I want to bury them alive?
Then
What if I was talking about that?
underground.
So is that your final answer?
You don't bury survivors.
Yeah,
That's
you
our
don't.
answer.
I got it right. All right, so I say 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. So y'all 100%. All right, so I'm here with.
Giovanni.
Enviana.
Yessie. Mackenzie.
Jalea.
Naya.
All right, so look, I'm finna ask y'all some world star questions. 3 world star questions. Basically, if you get this wrong, like, you're not smarter than a 5th grader. So like, yeah.
I know that.
So first question. You say you know the answers.
Huh? What?
She trying to cheat. Alright. Who will become president if the vice president dies?
What? You just elect the new vice president.
It's just what?
You elect the new vice president. Who becomes president if the vice president dies? There's already a president. Nobody can take his spot.
Unless you need a new vice president.
Exactly, you elect the new vice president.
Yeah, you would just re-elect the new vice president, like, because there's still a president in the office. So
I don't know.
Am I right? Shut up.
No, you're not right at all.
Not?
No. If I'm gonna read it again. Who will become president if the vice president dies?
The president.
Oh, he's slow.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
The president. The president is the president.
Yeah. They got that wrong. I'm gonna give that wrong.
Who is it? What is the answer?
The president.
Oh, okay.
We said that. You're not gonna be out.
If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
if I was born 5 years ago, I would be 5.
10. 5?
You said 10?
Oh. Yeah, you will be 10. I'll be 9. If you're born 5 years ago, you will be 5. I'll be 9.
Born 5 years ago.
I'll be 0.
You be 0?
5 years ago.
I didn't know you could be 0 years old.
What's the question? What's the answer? What's the answer?
Hold on.
5?
5?
5.
What's the answer?
5.
No, that's right. No. 5.
9. No,
9?
Yes. I say 5.
It's 5.
How is it
If you
5?
were born 5 years ago, I was born 16 years ago, so I'm 16. I was born. If you were born 5 years ago, you'll be 5
21.
Alright. If a plane crashes between United States and Mexico, where do you bury the survivors?
On the border.
It's on the border.
Oh, there are no survivors. Wait.
Oh!
Wait, say it again.
Nobody survived. Nobody survived.
Yeah, nobody survived. Wait, say the question again.
You said it's a plane. What?
I just want to know the question again.
Crash.
Then there's no survivors.
I don't even know what you said.
Bro, I don't know.
I'm gonna say it again. If a plane crashes between Mexico and United States, where do you bury the survivors?
The plane crash between Mexico and the United States. Where do you bury the survivors?
There are no survivors in Texas.
It's crazy. Oh snap! That's so crazy.
Australia.
You're being random.
So what was y'all's final answer?
Australia.
I'm gonna say no survivors.
There are no
I'm gonna say
survivors.
no survivors. It crashed. It crashed between someone.
You don't bury the survivors, they're survivors. Alright, so I'm here with
CZ and Nose, aka YouTube video for me.
Easy and
Back with another video.
Oh
my God.
Oh my.
They say I got the hose, but I don't. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so you already know. You already.
I already know. Are you smarter than the fifth video?
Yeah, you already know.
See, we
So
gonna
boom.
see today's shit.
So
I'm
boom.
slow.
So boom. Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
Oh, the president.
Okay,
That's
okay.
an easy one. That's
Alright,
obvious.
if you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
5.
Boom.
5, right?
Yes.
you born 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
we
So look, if a plane crashes between U.S. and
Pause right there. Nobody dying because they're survivors.
all right then. Hey.
I'm smarter than the damn fifth grader. Adios.
All right. So I'm here with
You already know Junior Crispy. This is not the first time y'all done seen me.
exactly. All right. Y'all already know. Yeah. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. All right. So boom. You already know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Smarter than fifth grader. Boom. All right. First question. Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
The president still.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
If I was born 5 years ago,
Yes.
just my age like -5. So 11.
Dumbass motherfucker. 11?
Cause 16 minus 5. Wait. No. Cause if I was born 5 years. I'ma just go. I'ma say.
I'm going with 11.
Wait. Yeah, I'ma go with 11. I was
No,
wrong.
you'll be 5.
I'll be
If
fine.
you was born 5 years ago?
And it's 2020. So
If you was born,
born.
you was nothing, you was in a womb. And then 5 years later.
Yeah. Okay, that's on me.
Alright, boom. If a plane crashes between United States and Mexico, where do you bury the survivors?
like wherever their like families want them buried. Wherever their families want them buried.
The survivors, bro?
They're survivors. You don't bury them. You don't bury them. They're survivors.
They're survivors. You do not bury them.
Right. I don't care. I got that one right.
Hey, YouTube, put in the comments if you got it right or not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, alright, so I'm here with
Ari.
Alright, so like, I'm finna ask you some world star questions, 3. If you don't get this right, you're not smarter than a 5th grader. So like, yeah. Alright, first question. Who will become the president if the vice president dies?
Nigga, the president. What you mean? The president already the president.
She said the president over the president. Alright, if you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
5. That's right.
Okay. If a plane crashes between the United States and Mexico, where do you bury the survivors?
Oh, I know this one in the ground. What the fuck? Wait, you don't.
She said in the No.
You don't bury the survivors. I knew that though. I knew that.
She said she was so confident.
It was.
Oh yeah, in the ground.
All right, next.
Oh, that's it. You passed. Alright, so I'm here with
Ethan.
Alright, so look, I'm finna ask you 3 questions. These are world star questions. So if you don't get these right, you're not smarter than a 5th grader. Alright. So who will become president if the vice president dies?
Isn't it like the governor or something?
No.
Oh shit.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Alright. If you was born 5 years ago, how old would you be?
Years ago? 10?
No. You'll be 5. If a plane crashes between the United States and Mexico, where do you bury the survivors?
What survivors? If a plane crash,
where do you bury the survivors?
Who gonna bury them?
I'm saying, where do you bury them at?
Shit, I don't know. Nowhere?
They're survivors. How you gonna bury survivors?
Oh shit.
That's it.